Level? Oh, well, that's not level. Hello, Clemo! Great Western, how are you? Industrial Wales. You are in a hotel in Kidderminster. Are you ready for the SVR? Is it a diesel gala? Is it just a gala? Ali, good evening. It's Jazz Night with Clemo. Welcome to Jazz Night. Come on in. How is the jazz? Are we too loud, too quiet? Just trying to get the camera angle right. This is my new favourite angle and we're not sure yet. Tomorrow with 4079 and 6880 and 7 SVR Diesel Gala Monday. Very good. Smooth. Lol. How was everybody's Christmas? That's the important question. I hope you had a nice day. Santa brought you lots of trains. Santa didn't bring me any trains. I had a wonderful time with my family instead. Love those posters up there. Yeah, thanks. Those were, I think they were just eBay specials. Or did I print them out? I can't remember. But I like the old travel style posters. Wonderful, mate. How was your day? Yeah, really nice. We've been away. So the whole family hired a cottage somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Christmas Eve till this morning. So I'm very tired. I've only been back a few hours. But if you've seen that film, The Holiday, with Jack Black in it, it was basically that house. And it was awesome. So it was really, really nice thing to do. Something we've never done before. And I do recommend it highly. My parents are with me tonight. They may or may not be watching. I'm probably doing something else in the living room. Hi, Mum. Hi, Dad, if you're there. I'm just going to get this all set up. I haven't actually touched anything since we were here last because I was working and then we went straight away for Christmas. So everything is exactly where I left it. We're still on the old castle and I'm going to attempt some electrics live. Cannon Bay, good evening, mate. Not working tonight? Ordered an NCP packet B4 with Christmas money this morning. Very nice. Do like the packets. Bonjour, Clemo's mum and dad. Yes, over from France. Rich, good evening. How are you? Blah, 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 blah. Andy, is that you I see? Good evening, buddy. All right, we'll get this set up. Not working for a little while. Nice. It's good to have a bit of a break, I think, for Christmas. We've also got, I bought this a while ago. I can't remember which model railway show throughout the year I've got it from. Hello, Lofty, how are you? But we've got a, someone might need to help me. Is this a J72? It's a Bachmann. I can't remember if I bought it boxed or not. It was definitely second hand. So we're going to see if that'll have a nice little run around the test loop for tonight. I've got a few different rolling stock options as well. How are you, Lofty? J72, yes, good. I thought it was because I was looking at it thinking they don't actually say on the bottom other than the company, the maker. So I'm pretty sure this is a 68680. I'm pretty sure I did hear it's a real one. Very well, thanks. Just in a lay-by waiting a tyre service. No! You've got 2 flats. How did you do that? What have you run over? Bonjour, papa. Ça va? That's it. I've exhausted my French. We showed Clemo Senior his video from the other day. He was very pleased, and he now knows how to use TikTok as well. Welcome. Très bien. Did you have a good Christmas? Yes, we did. Thank you so much. I'm sure Clemo Senior will comment. No, I don't. What? Yeah, we've been away. I might have taken a picture, actually. Well, I did take a picture. What I mean is I might be able to find it. We hired a cottage. And tell me that's not the house from The Holiday. We've literally been there. We came back this morning. We've been there all over Christmas. Beautiful. Can't use till talk, I can see. So we have our smooth jazz on in the background, copyright free as usual. We've got our J72 tank engine here, and we are going to attempt to continue the watchtower, which is going to be the Pontypool Folly. This is what I was making last week, Dad. And that's going to be, remember the Folly, Pontypool? That was going to represent it, because it's not quite accurate. Did you get any nice modelling presents? Wow. Maybe my dad can answer that one. No modelling presents. We spent our time, money and effort on going away this time. So it was all about the kids. My sister's got 2 kids. Jake's still 6. So we had to tell Santa where to come and find us, which was really nice. Keely, hello. How are you? How was Jay? Nice Christmas for you both as well. But yeah, we stayed at that cottage and it was absolutely fantastic. So that was the main focus of this year. Back in work on Monday, annoyingly. Mr. Grinch, hello. How was your Christmas, dare I ask? So let's give this J72 a run. It is going. I haven't, I'm sure it's old, so it must have been broken in, but I gave it a little bit of oil and I haven't run it, so we'll see what it does. We had a lovely Christmas. He got 9 new Metcalf kits. Well done, Santa. Very good. What ones did he have? Can you reel those off? I am Banana Man, but different profile picture. Fantastic. Thank you very much for your reposts, by the way. It is much appreciated. Maybe we'll get the banana song on later. Or the Mr. Grinch song. Well, that does appear to be going round. I'll let it go. It does seem a little bit noisy, so let me know if you can't hear above this. This should drown out the background noise, but it does appear that it needs a few more drops of the good old 107, so I'll have to take it apart for that though. I got the Anglia train. Fantastic. Clemo, you have 4555 visiting Lancashire in April for the Steam Gala. Fantastic. Remind me the date of that Steam Gala. I was speaking with Andy Miller and he's looking to get up there, I think, for April. So with a bit of luck, a few of us will go. Whether or not it's specifically for the Steam Gala, I can't remember. SVR Spotter, greetings. Are you at the SVR this weekend and Monday for the diesels? Steam fan, hello. Welcome in, guys. Hope you've all had a wonderful Christmas. Having 7754 down here in Somerset. Very excited. 7754 Panya? You'll have to remind me. Keely, here we go. Right, so service station, village shop and cafe, manor farmhouse, bank and shop, and the ramshackle workshop. Fantastic. I like that. That's my favourite build so far. Only because I put that flickering light in it. Saw 3748 today, and yes, I am. Brilliant. Oh, I see. Part 1, Part 2. I've just clocked your comments. You've got character limits, haven't you? Red brick, corner shop, and then 3 of the mini ones. Fantastic. Van Gogh and Pannier, yes. I think so. I wasn't sure, but because of the number, I'm starting to maybe guess some of the classes. Lords wasn't able to come to the station today. So is he coming? Is he coming on Monday? My lords. Right, how is the tank engine doing? Is it too noisy? 4555 is one of our favourites from East Somerset. Yeah, East Somerset's on the list as well, and West Somerset, I suppose. That's the one I got the footplate ride on. Yeah, well, I don't know, Keely. You do so many. Normal diesel antics, lol. Anna, hello! How are we tonight? Look better in GWR green. A lot of them look better. What's this colour here that we're going around in that? Is this a Southern? Or is that BR? Oh, it's got a BR logo on it. So is it that sort of experimental BR green that they did? I've got a 4MT like that as well. Epic tar, amazing. Yeah, so I think that's BR green. You've only ever had one actual ride. Did you blag that one as well? Nathaniel! Hello, buddy. How are you? Thank you for the follows. Did you have a nice Christmas? Hope everyone's finding themselves in that strange period where you don't really know what day it is between now and New Year's. We may or may not have done. I know you did. Blagged. Fantastic content. Thank you very much, Bob. Good Christmas, yours. Yes, very nice. I was just saying we've been away for Christmas. Just got back today, actually. So we had to tell Santa where to come and find us. And the only way I can describe it is that we stayed in the house from that Christmas film, The Holiday. Doesn't that look just like that one with it's Jack Black, Jude Law, Cameron Diaz, Kate Winslet? If you don't ask, you don't get. You're absolutely right. Coming to the meetup, fantastic. The Holiday, yes, that's the one. That's the one. Yeah, it was amazing. Fair play. It's an Airbnb, and we said we were booking it for Christmas. So we said to the guy, you know, do we need to bring trees and decorations and stuff? And he said, nope, all included. I'll decorate it for you, and it was absolutely spot on. Fair play. So we had that's my sister, her clan, parents, me and Laura. Plenty of space for the doggies to run around as well. Very nice indeed. SVR spotter, fantastic. You'll see a surprise. What's the surprise? There's a house for sale in Isle of Man. I saw that. I might have shared it. There's a few different things for sale with railways on there. Oh, thank you very much. Thanks for the gifts. Right, I am going to attempt to get started. Let's get the tank engine running, if I can. Here we go. We'll just let him go around in the background. Told you last time, Clemo. Oh, my brain. I can't even remember being away for Christmas. Yes, you did. Oh, it was awesome as well. We'll come back to that. No clue what day it is, but been freezing my bits off at GWR. Absolutely. Maybe do a goods with 2 wagons. Specifically 2? I happen to have a train already prepared. That doesn't sound very healthy, you know. Let's see what it manages. I tell you what, we'll get these on and see what you think. So a lot of these are local wagons, collieries and things like that would have existed around by me. It's got Newport. Oh, didn't like that. Newport, Swansea, Worcester, Blenavon, and the brake van is a Worcester Toad as well. Should run it bunker first. Wow, we've just had a decoupling. What's happened here? Doesn't like the coupling on. What was that? Oh, you're not on, that's why. Right, so this fruit van has got quite an old, thick style coupling. What is that? It is a mainline. Yeah, so these are going to need updating, I think. Go on then, I'll run it bunker first. Saying that. There we go. You should get a milk tanker. I should get a milk tanker. I would like that. Maybe I'll find one. I like to love a Toad, yeah. Lovely wagons, thank you. I like to go to, you know, the second-hand places that often you find in carriages or along the platforms at heritage railways and just see what I can find. Oh, it does not like going backwards. So if we can find a decent tanker, then yeah, we can get that. I don't know if you can hear that, but that is quite... That sounds like it needs a little bit of a service myself, but we'll let him run, see what happens. Clemo, can you do Great Central and get 50 wagons behind a 9F? Well, I do have a 9F, but no. I'm not even sure I've got 50 wagons. Or certainly not out of the boxes anyway. Picked an auto coach up. Fantastic. I've got an auto coach over here, actually. Might run it later for you. Yeah, we'll let that go around a little bit. what I think I'm going to do first is try and get some of these lights in, because everything I do, not necessarily everything, but I like it to have all the lights on. If you watch the video I popped up today, so if you have a little, where's the thing? Have a little look at my profile and click today's video. You should see my layout as it currently is. Do you have a GWR King? Do you know what? I think I literally moved it out of the way just before I started. Here is King George the First. Where can you go? There you go. It is DCC and it's a Hornby TTS, so I don't know if it will run on DC. I think it might be one of the few ones that I've got that actually needs to have the blanking plate put back in. I'll try it, but obviously I don't want to damage anything. You've got a milk tanker as well, Keely. Fantastic. Is it just literally a tanker that says milk on it? I think I remember having one as a kid, but it might have been a Thomas the Tank Engine thing. And you managed to pick up the Railway magazine. Fantastic. I quite like those those backdrops, and I might do a little small piece, an exhibition piece this year, like the little big pit diorama I did. Clemo, we need you to get every single GWR engine. Well, I don't know. You can see in the thing behind me. Does TikTok camera zoom? It does. Most of those are a GWR. Originally, I thought I wanted a Great Western layout, but it's ended up being a bit of a mishmash anyway. Oh, where was I? How would you recommend putting them on? Well, if you get yourself, here's one I made earlier. If you get yourself a very thin piece of MDF, 3mm, B&Q do it, and if you go to a big B&Q, they will actually cut it up for you as well. Hello! This is 3mm MDF, totally flexible. You can just about see it sticking up over the top of my backdrop. It's really flexible and you don't need that much support on it. So you could put sort of a little tiny frame behind your layout. So make sort of little sticks, just for demonstration purposes, make some little sticks out of battens or something, and then you can screw them to it, because you can, if you've got it on a board like in the living room, in the kitchen, or it's not designed to be a permanent thing, you can remove it then when it's in your way. I'll figure out where I got that back from in a bit. But to stick it on, I'd use wallpaper paste probably. GWR clears everything. You need to, yeah, do you know what? Find me one. We have a milk tanker boxes. Yes. Right, somebody go onto my profile, scroll way down when I did the little France series, and on one of the videos, all the rolling stock is in the middle of your shed table, Dad. See if it's on there, and we'll see what we've got. Yes, please send me some photos. Bum, bum, bum. Terrier will win against the bullied. Got a little terrier somewhere. I don't know where I've put it. It's in Great Western livery as well. Surprise, surprise. Our main bedroom is dedicated to the model railway. Fantastic. 6x4. Yeah. Wooden battens. Trial and error as well. You don't necessarily have to go out of your way and buy brand new expensive stuff. I get a lot of stuff from the scraps section sometimes. Matt, evening. How are you? Time to chill out after a mad, crazy family Christmas. Christmas even. Yes, good. Merry Christmas. Back to reality. Has anyone still got their Christmas decorations still up? That is the question. Thank you very much for the likes, guys. 3.1k already. I'm very humbled. You don't need to do that. I'm very appreciative. So we've got the little J72 tank engine going bunker first with a coal train, although only one of the wagons actually has any coal in it by the looks of it. We've got a Worcester towed van. It's not running the best by the sounds of it. It does seem like it needs a bit of a service, so that might go into my service list. Do you know the full length of both sheets together? Not off the top of my head, but they were, each one was a magazine size, so I'm guessing, 1, 2, it folded out 4 times. So 8 pieces of A4 paper, I think it would be, wouldn't it? Because it was the full size of the magazine. It's in the house, sorry, I can't show you. But it was the full size of the magazine, folded up in half and then half again. So, and there were 2 of them, so it would be 8 A4 pieces of paper. Portrait way. Yes, portrait way. The signal is bad in this hotel. Oh no. The JR Gaming Conductor. Hello, how are you? You're welcome, Keely. Right, and I'll move my King class back into view because it's a nice looking model. I'll see if it runs on DC. It's I'm a bit reluctant to keep moving this around the layout. I like to keep this on a siding out the way because it's got lots of intricate detailing on it. Anywho, here's an LED I prepared earlier with a resistor. It will operate on 12 volts, so it doesn't require a resistor to work. But I didn't want it as bright as it was, so we brought it down. I think I brought that down to about 8 volts or 9 volts. So I'm just gonna, is that plugged in? Yes, it is. So just to see if it works. There we go. We have lights. So that's going to be inside the tower, lighting up the windows. And then I've also got, these are so fiddly. Dad, I showed you these when you came and had a look the other day, but tiny, the world's tiniest uplighters. So they'll light up. They will require a resistor, otherwise I'll blow them. And they're going to light up the outside. Blue is the best livery on a King. What's the blue one at the moment? King. Oh, is it a Didcot? I did like the blue. Ah, your eldest. Nice one, Ali. Welcome to the live. Do you have a big boy? Coco, are you from across the pond by any chance? No, I don't have any non-British locomotives. Trying to think if that statement is correct. Yep, I don't think there's anything here that is not British loco. Oh, Helen. Hello. How are you? I know him. How you doing? I am across the pond. Yeah, thought you might be. I do like the big boy. Have you ever seen it in real life? I mean, for those of you that might not know what we're talking about, that's that absolutely ridiculous Union Pacific. I mean, Americans, you do everything a lot bigger and better. It's no secret, but it's probably the biggest steam engine I've ever seen. Not with my own eyes. That would be nice. Jack, good evening. How are you? Welcome in. Thank you so much for the lives. Feel free to look at my profile. You might see in the background a Flying Scotsman train set, which I'm wondering what to do with it. And it's my 1-year anniversary coming up. So if I can hit my goal, which is to get 5,000 followers in that time, I will do a giveaway for it, which would be quite interesting. We've seen photos and videos, would love to see it. Yeah, that's the big boy, isn't it? Doing good, thank you. Hope you're well. Very well. And you as well. I hope you and the kids had a very nice Christmas. Not running, but I've seen a full replica. Wow. I've seen a few guys. Valley. Sierra Valley. I'm sure I've seen him running a big boy Union Pacific on his layout, and that's very good. He's got all the black lights on there as well, so you've got the UV stuff that picked it up really nicely. I don't think it would work on my type of layout, but it looks good on his. Got a Pico starter set from the 80s. Wow, which logo does it come with? Clemo, do you have a model Western? A model Western. You're going to have to help me out on that one, buddy. I'm not 100% sure what you mean. Thank you very much for the likes. The hearts. Yeah, but you have been to Sawtor. Well, yeah, kind of. I've been to Talyllyn in North Wales, which has got all the narrow gauge railways that the little engines are based on. When's your next plan to visit a railway? Probably with you guys. I haven't got any current plans. My January is absolutely off the radar just because of things I've got on. But I think maybe February onwards, I'm going to basically have a look at all the railways timetables for the year. I'd like to go to galas. Oh, got to go. Well, good luck with your tyre, mate. I hope it's not too expensive. Have a good night. As the author of a narrow gauge book, I need to go to the narrow gauge railways in North Wales. Yes, you absolutely do. I've still got it here. Haven't taken it back in the house yet. Yes, you need to see those railways. They're absolutely fantastic. East Somerset has a steam gala gate announced mid-March. That might be a good one. Last went when you were 9. Clemo! Hello, Cumbria Coast. How are you? I hope you've had a lovely Christmas. We're just having a nice little chill in the garage, listening to the smooth jazz. Air Raid Sheltered Cafe. Hey, how are you? Thanks for joining us. Welcome in. Thank you for the likes, guys. 4.1k. That means I should probably start doing something. So I'll get the J72 just into shot. Leave him there for a minute, because it's louder to me than it might be to you. Great, thanks, mate. How about you? Very well, thanks. Just got back from Christmas today. We've been away for Christmas. 14th to the 16th. Do you know what? Let's just have a quick check on the old diary. December, January, February, March. That might be a goer, you know. I won't pencil it in just yet, but yeah, there's a few of those that I want to do. Somerset's not far from me. That's an easy one to get to in a day. A couple of hours, job done. Right, we are going to need some drill bits, because of course I closed this up before thinking about putting any lights in it, so we'll need to get some holes. So we'll get the old Makita out and some drill bits. Yeah, Bluebell Railway Station is the week after as well. Bluebell. Yeah, I would like to have gone to their January steam up and see the Hogwarts Express, as it were, but it's a little far, that one. I might leave that one maybe for this year and say I've done that for now. However, not that it's any closer, but Swanage I do want to do. That's definitely on the list. Plus, you'll meet Clemo, is only 5. Yes, sir. So, no, it's not. Yeah, ELR I need to go to. But yeah. Do you have a pannier? 57. I do. Do I still have it to hand? I don't have it to hand. I'll get it out of the display case in a little bit. Yeah, but you'd rather go to Swanage as well. I think I'll aim for that one as best as I can. I've got a couple of things going on this year. 2 weddings, which means 2 stag do's, all sorts of things. East Lancs is the same weekend in March for Legends of Steam. So I caught the Legends of Steam earlier this year. Didn't buy a ticket, just hung out at Bury Street Station for a couple of hours. That's where I saw Mayflower, which I did a recent video on because I bought it in 00. We'll see you at Swanage. Wow. Yeah, let's. Are we all on the Facebook group? Because that's a great way to just let everyone know when everyone's going somewhere. And there's always a chance to meet up with someone. You know, someone always recognises someone at these railways. Right. So I want. It would make sense to have that as the back, or shall I have that as the back? The door wouldn't be open at the top. So I'm going to have this on display, and the crack is going to be seamed and covered up with ivy and stuff. Would it make more sense to have the windows facing out so I could have more light, do you think? Do you reckon you'll go to Blaenavon Coltrane? Yeah, I'd like to do that. Do you know the date? I haven't looked. The only date I've got in the diary so far is the Model Railway Open Day, because I said to Steve I'd help do stuff for that. I want to say it's... Oh, it's not till June. It's early June. That's fine. Recommend the SVR Spring Gala in April. So I definitely want to go to the SVR Gala again. Matt, if you're still here, I want to do one of the galas and one of the 1940s weekends at the SVR. That is an absolute definite. Thank you so much for the likes. Right, come on. Clemo, pay attention. We've got to get a hole drilled. Now, we don't want to make it too big. So I think it would make sense to have that door at the back. And let's just say we don't see it. In which case, when I put holes for wires, I like to think of which side would you see, and then I do the hole closest to that side, because you don't actually see the wires go past you, whereas if you put it at the back, if you look through a window, you might see the wires. Alfie! Hello, mate. How are you? Have you had a lovely Christmas? How's your dad? Yes, we got and do we did last time. Gloucester Warwickshire Railway, yes, and that's also on the list, isn't it? Ali, why have I gone mad? Have I had a stroke since we last spoke to? What's the blimmin' thing? This is going to drive me insane. Na, 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 na. I can't remember. I cannot remember. It's my curse. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Amazing. Good to hear, Alfie. Say hello to Kev. Coltrane should be Lantana Abbey's first run in preservation. Fantastic. Let me know. Yeah, Matt, I'll let you know at the SVR. I need to. So, one of my New Year's plans, here's my resolution for New Year, sort out 2026. I'm just going to plan what I've got going on so I know which weekends to keep free, which weekends to sort of book and get the camper van out and things like that. How was my Christmas, Alfie? It was very nice. I was saying to these guys, we've been away. I've actually only just got back today. We went to a lovely cottage in Ross-on-Wye, and we had ourselves a totally isolated, secluded family Christmas, which was nice. We had to tell Santa where to go and everything. It was really lovely. Thank you very much for asking. Ah, that's my dad giving a heart. Dad, if you tap the screen, some hearts might appear, and I'd be very appreciative. Thanks. Welcome in, welcome in. Right, I think I've decided to get rid of what looks like the rubbish side, in which case, let's go for it. Let's get a hole put in to this cardboard model. The beauty about these is they're made of cardboard, so if you mess them up or change your mind, you can rip them apart, glue them back together, you can kit bash them together and do whatever you want. And you still got the driver experience on the DFR. Yes, that is absolutely right, Matt. I will let you know, which I'm guessing I've got to call them up and ask what's an appropriate day, because I don't know if they're normal running days or what. Okay, so we've got a hole in the top floor, just, and I'll do the same in the bottom. Think we need to get together? Oh, well, we certainly don't have to, but thank you all the same. I'm just here making some models. All right. Sorry, I don't want to drill a hole in my hand whilst I'm talking to you guys. That would be funny. What did you do? Oh, we watched a guy live on TikTok send himself to A&E. So, if I were to feed these wires down, will they emerge at the bottom and come out through the hole? That is the question. I tend to go for... maybe I should go for a bigger hole. Oh, we can see daylight looking through it, so that's a good start. The highlights would be funny. Yeah. Ah! I don't know what that was. Right. Trumpet solo. So it doesn't appear to be going through nicely. So can I coax it through with something? This is what I use to uncouple my coaches when I can't reach. It's a kebab skewer. I think it's absolutely marvellous. There we are. That's a good sign. Why can't I get the wires through there? Ha! Have you ever kebabbed your Metcalf kits? Right, that's made the hole a little bigger. So we might be able to tease it in. Maybe I should have bought it a drink first. Come on. There we go. Right, why are you only going so far? What's happened? I can't say that I have. It's the first time for me as well. Oh, 7.2k. Thanks, guys. My plan is to get these lights in here and then finish it off, because I'm hoping we can do some running, which is a little bit more fun, and I don't have to concentrate on it so much, so I can talk to you guys more, which is the fun part of doing these lives. However, this is not cooperating, and I can't see why. Maybe I should put the sharp, pointy object towards my eye. That's good advice, isn't it? It's just coming off every time I do that. So maybe if I straighten it out a bit. Welcome to the live. If you've just joined me, I'm attempting to feed some very small wires through a very small hole. What a wonderful way to spend your Saturday evenings. Get in the hole. It's like that video where you try and reach the plug socket behind the sofa and you look and you see, right, there it is, and then you put your hand behind and it clearly moves around, because why wouldn't it? Feed secure from bottom, attach the end of the wire. Well, thanks, Dad. That was that's my next thought. I was hoping to try and avoid that because I've drilled quite a nice hole, which is way bigger than it needs to be. I've got some wire ready to go just in case, but I wanted it to just go. Thought if I made the sound effect, it would just pop out. It did! Sound effects for the win. There you go. We're in. Skadoosh. Stephen, good evening. Just start following me. Thank you very much. I've done a couple of videos lately. Today's video was actually my first full layout tour that I've done at the end of January. So, well, officially the 26th of January marks my 1 year anniversary of hosting this can't even say the TikTok channel. So if I can get to 5k followers in that time, then I shall give away my Flying Scotsman train set. It's a wonderful set. There's a video of me running it a week ago, maybe a little bit more. I've got more footage to show that it's a good runner. And I think the actual train set part of it has never been used. I thought it was brand spanking new, but I did service the actual Flying Scotsman a bit. So I might do a competition. I'll do a video for it and a share thing maybe. Martin, magic, how are you? John JJ, are you ticklish anyway? Right. Me and my lad just got our first train set. Amazing. What train set did you get? Right. I'm going to attempt. We want to see what it looks like lit up. Because the other thing with these cardboard models, I mean, yes, I am. But the other thing with these cardboard models is that when you light them up, if you've got any plain card, so you see the floor is decorated, but if you've got any plain card, then it does tend to show up in the light. So I don't necessarily want to, I don't want it to just be a plain cardboard model. So maybe, I don't know if it's going to be hard to get back off. Let's put the light inside and see what happens. Brand new EFE class 74 for Christmas. Amazing. 74. When we were at the Bluebell Railway, what was that? Was that a 73? So is that similar? My fingers are getting cramped. Oh, thanks, mate. You don't have to keep hearting me. Come on, right, let's get that back in. I might screw it in just so I don't short anything. Positive. Come on, Clemo. So this is just a little RDK 12 volt connector block plugged into the mains, and it allows you to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different outputs onto it. So you can see that the lights have come on. Screwdriver gone. Lights have come on there. 74 looks like a class 71. Ah, fantastic. So if I hold the light in there, I mean, this is going to be like a bit of a background piece, so you're not necessarily going to look through it to any detail. And I think I'm happy because I do have the same bricks. So Metcalfe do like all of their bricks on a single sheet if you want. So we've got the stone bricks. So I could put it inside, but I think that will be overkill for this particular model. I'll be annoyed if it isn't, but it's a lot of effort for if you really can't see it. What do you guys think? I'm starting to think maybe that's a little bit overkill. What model am I building? Oh, do you know what? I've thrown the cover for it away, but it is a Metcalfe watchtower. So I've just started to put some lights in the top. It's going to represent a place near me called the Folly, because my layout is based on a fictional version of my town. And there's a tower up on the hill called the Folly. And although it's not square and exactly like this, it's not far off. Oh yeah, I dropped the screwdriver, didn't I? So this is just going to be my representation of it. This is going to go... That Midlands train spotter, good evening. How are you? Thanks for joining. Just line the walls on roof. So, funny you should say that, Father. The walls on the roof do have a pre-cut lining for them, because that bit you will actually see. So yeah, they have thought about that, which is nice. Where are you based? I am in Torfaen, South Wales. I'm good, thanks. How are you? Yes, very good. Just got back from Christmas holidays today. How was your Christmas? Right, let's get rid of that. Right, so I'm convinced that's going to be fine. So we're going to stick it to, it's got a little floor for the roof, which is nice. You won't see the underside, although, no, you won't see the underside. So it comes with a self-adhesive pad, but I don't trust them, considering these are going to be glued in forever, stuck in forever. So a little bit of yoo-hoo goes a long way as well. Sorry for the wobbling. I'm scrolling through your messages. Christmas is good. HST and 50017. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that the one at the Great Central Railway? Pretty sure I've seen it. 10k. What? Guys, thank you so much. You can all leave now. Thank you so much. Welcome in, Jeff. How are you doing? What am I building? This is the Metcalfe watchtower. It's going to represent a local tower to me called the Folly. It is at the GCR. Look at me with my knowledge. I knew something. Oh, I'm so pleased with myself. Right, let's glue this on now because we don't trust the self-adhesive. This was the problematic glue before. Has it solved itself? Maybe. Did Andy tell you that? We're not even in the same room. But I do remember, if you scroll back to some of my early videos, because that was January or February time this year, there's a video of me at the Great Central, and I saw 50017 there. Before I cut my hair off, I think. Don't think I've ever sat there and tapped the screen so many times. Well, I'm very grateful that you did, Keely. think I saw you. Were you at the GCR then as well? I was wearing so when it's cold I tend to wear a beanie hat. But I always wear my my lame Clemo's hoodie t-shirt or hoodie. Clemo's Trains hoodie. Can't even get my words out. Right. How is that going to work from there? It needs to go upside down. Straight across the middle. So diagonally. Okay. Local to GCR. Every gala. Fantastic. Yeah, what was that? Was it a gala though? I don't think it was a gala. Was it a gala? Right, we've got some glue on here. Might have to wait for that to set before. Oh, crap. The glue is very gluey. That's for sure. Used to volunteer at KWAQ. Quack. Help me with that one. Where's that? Oh, thanks. Corn, wagon, and wagon. Interesting. What did you do there? We'll be at the Jan Gala. Fantastic. Right. What have you guys been doing with your Saturday up until now? It's that weird period in between Christmas and New Year, isn't it? Where it's like, what day is it? How much cheese is left? Is it acceptable to have chocolate for breakfast still? You'll have to volunteer at a railway when I move. Fantastic. That too, don't tell me, Devonshire. Just tried this, felt like I was dancing, two-stepping on my phone. Didn't do much. Trains today. Are you at the? You're at the SVR today, Joanna? Alfie, not much looking forward to the Bluebell Run Day on the 1st of January. Ah, amazing! I tell you what, I know I shouldn't call it this, but please get me some footage of the Hogwarts Express. That's the only one I want to see. Oh, you're at Gloucester, Warwickshire? Of course you are. Why did I question that? But you might notice, guys, my memory is awful. I don't know if it's a short-term thing. I don't know if it's an ADHD thing, but I just... it's not that I don't pay attention. I just forget. And then it all comes back to me. Somebody pointed out, I think it was my partner, I thought it was quite funny. People with ADHD don't have terrible memories. You just have to put in the secret unlock passcode and they suddenly remember everything there ever was to know about whatever subject they claim to have forgotten about. And I think it's true. Right. Who are you? What are you talking about? Don't confuse me. Great Central in January. I'm a bit, my January's a bit not so good. So, I'll have a look at the calendar next week. We shall see. Mr. Grinch, Banana Man. Banana. When Mr. Grinch eats a banana, he turns into Banana Man. Probably a bit too young to remember or get the reference there. Alfie, yes, please get me footage of the Hogwarts Express. I refuse to call it anything else. Yes, tag us all. Great bunch going, yeah, you're all a great bunch. Alfie, what's the chances of you getting up on the footplate? I mean, if Keely was with you, you'd be up there straight away. You have to ask her the secret. Right, we're pushing that in. Ooh, no, we're just gonna put it on and hope for the best. Maybe I might do. Yeah, do it. Of course, I was going to say that. Right. There's no going back. Well, there is. It's cardboard. I ripped it open once before. I can do it again. But we have a roof, which needs a little bit more pushing down. We need some pressure. I need some non-stabby drill bit. That'll do. Just to put some pressure in the corners. Go on the cab, mate. Please do it. Oh, dress like a wizard. Have you got a robe? Take a wizarding robe. We had tickets to the Watford Warner Brothers tour for Christmas. So we'll see the original Alton Hall, which would be nice. You have Slytherin robes. Why did knew you'd be in Slytherin. You were a wizard, Alfie. Oh, so random. Right, so it does fit. That's a little tight. I'm going to push down on that a bit more. So I'm trying to get this on so I can put the innards in. And then I think we can call this almost done. I'd like to go in the cab of Sir Arthur. Yeah, that would be nice. Why did I know it'd be in Slytherin? I don't know. All the bad wizards are. Alfie, Salmon, I am. Oh, sorry. I'm reading your tags to each other. The Steam guy. Hello. Right. Let's just still check that is. May or may not work. Don't short. Okay. Right. I'll screw that in so I can show you. Cunning and ambitious. Wait a minute. What was that? Because you slither into the cab of any train. Right. That's it. Can you please put that in your bio? Right. Look at that. Well, I'm pleased with that. So, it would help if I showed you. So there we have it, lit up. I'll have to do something about that that gap there. But so I don't think you can see through it to worry about it being cardboard inside. What am I making tonight? I'm making this little Metcalf kit, which we're pretty much finished on. You have actual tears. Good. Yeah, it's not too bad, is it? Going to run out of room in your bio. So this is where we're at. I'll just take the lights back out of there before I break them. Now I've got uplighters as well, but they require a lot more effort soldering. I need to put where are they? I've got resistors for them, which are tiny. So I might do those afterwards because they're not going to be part of the model. They're going to be out here somewhere. So I might need to make a little base for it. That's a good idea. And then I can put them sort of maybe an inch away from it, shining up, so it will light up the outside. I tell you what we could do, however, since that's it, I'm not doing the rest of the castle or anything like that. You do have a pet snake, so it's only right you're in Slytherin. What snake have you got? And what's the snake's name? Or should we all try and guess Keely's snake's name? What would you call a snake? I mean, I'd call it something stupid like Mike. Mike the snake. It can't be a traditional snaky name. What is a traditional snaky name? Tell you what we can do. We can weather it. What locomotive is that? Well, we've got this one, which is a J72 tank. That's the one on the track at the moment. Shifted out the way. And then we've got King George I, which is DCC controlled. And because it's Hornby TTS, I'm not 100% convinced it can just go on the DC track. Thank you so much for the You're Awesomes as well. It's a corn snake with a boy's name. Now, corn snake, are they the like red, black and yellow ones? A danger noodle or a nope rope. Yeah, that's fantastic. A nope rope. I don't really care about snakes and spiders and that kind of thing. I don't think I'd like to have a spider on my head. But I did hold a tarantula once, and I tell you what, they're lighter than you'd think. If one was crawling up your neck, you'd never know about it. He's orange and yellow. His name is Hector. There you go, see? A non-snaky name, I like it. Petrified of snakes, fair. I know someone who's petrified of anything long and thin. Like noodles and snakes, apparently. It's a real phobia. What is my favourite train? in the world. If you've watched my pinned video, you should know it is the A4 Pacific, specifically Sir Nigel Gresley 60007 in BR Blue. It would be Mallard, but she's obviously a static model. He's only 5 foot long. Only! My, Keely, what a big snake you have. 5 foot too long. I think we're going to do some weathering. In this drawer here, I have a few paint palettes. And over here I have some water. He's only escaped once. One too many times. I was just about to pour water all into the paint palette. Just pour that into my little pot. I don't have running water in the garage, so we do this. I've been getting back into 00 scale and forgot how decent this scale is. That's amazing. What scale have you had or did you have then other than 00? I find N gauge is too small. It's too fiddly for me. Look at the thing we've just made. If that was half that size, I think I'd go bonkers. And O gauge, as detailed as it is, I struggle to fit the 00 in here. So 00 for me was what I always had and I think what I like the most. What paint you use? We have, what am I doing? Building. So we've got acrylics. I like acrylics because you can water them down as much as you like. Corn snake would be good called Kellogg's, yeah. 00 gauge is my favourite. N gauge is definitely too small. What I love about N gauge is you can fit a lot into a small space. So I did think with the space I've got here, I could have had a fantastic, massive town layout, go all through the valleys and it would look a bit better. But are you in the shunting yard on Discord? I'm not familiar with Discord. Call me an old fart, but it sounds like too many social media things for me. I'm just about managing TikTok at the moment. I might get it at some point. So yeah, we are using acrylic paints, which I'm trying to find where's the black. So I like raw umber, grey, and good old-fashioned lantern black. Have I got that? Lamp black. Fantastic. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, N gauge is too small. Right, so we're going to blob. We are going to blob. I might blob it all over the place. Ooh, there we go. A little bit of black. A little bit of umber, which is a very deep brown. Don't know why I'm just doing it everywhere. Come on. I might have to use a slightly different one. This is running low. Oh! Too much. Sorry about that. Basically a community where people talk about trains and yeah, I've seen different communities on Discord. What about TT120? So am I right in thinking that's about halfway between N gauge and 00, which is the whole point, which does look like a good idea. There's a lot less available for it, which is another issue. I also had so much in 00, but I did see a very lovely TT120, and there's a few guys that exclusively model in that because. Do I have another grey? You can obviously get more into the. Oh, we've got this sallow cab grey. Shallow crab grey. What a name! Thank you very much for the follow. GoFundMe for Clemo's paints. What was it GoFundMe for last time? God, dear. I do need to restock them. The trouble is, you go through them much quicker than you think. There we are, little blob. That doesn't look healthy. If it looks like that, go and see a doctor, I would suggest. And then we need paintbrush. Any I haven't ruined? Yeah, that's a good looking one. And all I do, pretty much, is water a lot of things down. And the print isn't too bad in the first place, so don't really need an awful lot on this, I would suggest. I'll put some greenery on it, which is better. Finally back from your bath. That was a long bath. Joe, I can't remember the last time I ever had a bath. Right, what have we got here? So where's the black? Let's move the black out of the water. Dab, dab, dab. Don't leave home without it. Okay, so look at this. We're doing some actual modelling. This requires patience and I would say skill, not talent. Skill is a learnt thing. Talent comes naturally. But we will just dim a few things down just so you get like a, I don't really know if you can see that, but it's just, I can't tip it, just a murky, dull water with browns, greys and blacks, that kind of thing. Next time I'm building on my heritage railway, shall I make a caravan park? Why not? I'm going to go at the bottom first to see how dark that is. That's okay. So what I try and do when I weather stuff is just pick out the edges of things where maybe it would get a bit dirtied over time. So the frames, that kind of thing. Just to demonstrate, I'm going to cover this crack anyway, but cover my crack. It sort of runs into the gaps quite nicely. Hello, George. How you doing? Did I see Andy? Andy, hi, mate. How are you? How's the volunteering going? Hope you had a nice Christmas. Bit of volunteering, and then hope you saw Tristan. We are trying to get some, might be making that a little too thick. We're trying to get some paint on this model to weather it up a bit. Pendennis Castle sounded wonderful today. Amazing. Have I seen Pendennis? This is the memory thing again. I don't. I think that's on the list, you know. Where can I see Pendennis Castle in 2026? What galas can I go to? Pet Needs! Wow! Hi, guys. How are you? How's the music? Talking Spring Gala, SCR. Oh, you've gone. I have to scroll for you, Matt. Depends when it is in April. Yeah, don't worry, mate. I'll look at my dates soon enough. Currently at a hotel with Tristan in the Cotswolds. Fantastic. I do like the Cotswolds. Amazing. You'll see it at Didcot, but only a quarter of a mile. Yeah, Didcot's on the radar because I can just catch the train to that and just sort of get off on the main line and have a little wander around. So it's maybe I can incorporate it on a tour of some description. Right, I'm going to try and pick out some of these bricks. I mean, I don't have to be too mad with this because at the end of the day, it's a small piece. The idea is it'll be up on the distance, so I won't really pick out an awful lot of detail on it. This is very relaxing, thanks. Who was it that said, somebody said I'm the Bob Ross of model railways? I'm not sure about that, he's got talent. What are you building? We are building, it's the Metcalfe Watchtower kit. I've just put some lights in it, so I'll get those backlit up again when we finish with the paint. It's only meant to, well, it could be part of a castle range that they do, so you can make a whole big castle. Over there, where the bridge runs out, eventually will be a bit of a hill, and this will be a representation of the Folly from Pontypool. Pet Needs, you should know Pontypool, you know the Folly. Yeah, it's going to be my version of the Folly Massive. It's Clemo, Camelot fan, how are you? So, I don't know why I was being so detailed on that. That's going to be the back. Oh, I forgot about that. So, I'm going to try and pick out the same bits on the other side along the windowsills where grime and whatever might run down over the years. You know, this is a building that doesn't necessarily have much maintenance, if at all. Used to have a big N-Gauge layout, had to sell it. There's no space. Yeah, we were just talking about N-Gauge. You can fit a lot more into N-Gauge than you can 00. 00 will still be my love. I don't think I'm going to stray away from it. Maybe I might try something. So do you guys follow Logan, the autistic train spotter? He made a nice, oh, was it N-Gauge or 009? I think it was, yeah, N-Gauge Christmas layout. It got very good, brilliant place to walk around. Yeah, I think it would be more of like a museum trip with a line rather than, you know, a day out on the train sort of thing. Yes. Don't know that to do. Drinking and partying. So this is one of those, you could just kind of make it up, to be perfectly honest. I think it would have most grime down the bottom and try and make it so something fell down. What was it? I think there's a mouse that lives in this garage somewhere. I hear a little scratching from time to time. We'd love to go back to 00, but would have to be an end-to-end empty. So I'll show you briefly. This is my end-to-end 00 layout. So it goes over there, and then back to this end. So hopefully in a couple of weeks I'll be way more advanced on that, and perhaps my life can be over there. Going to bed now. Good night, Father. I will see you in the morning. Yeah, I don't have to be overly detailed because I think this is too far in the background to really worry about this bit of the weathering. Although you can see already just by doing this, and it'll dry a little bit lighter than that. Hello again, mate. You okay? It'll dry a little bit lighter than that. But I will get some greenery on it because that actually makes these buildings really pop. So you've got sort of, you know, disused, overgrown shrubbery and bushes, that kind of thing. That really does bring them to life. So I might use the browns at the bottom. I'll try and show you as I'm going along. This is probably a bit too thick. Dab, dab, dab. There we go. You can water it down. The beauty about acrylics is you can be as ruthless as you want. Absolutely no skill required. Or no talent anyway. Kai, hello. How are you? Merry Christmas. Hope you had lots of festivities. Oh, we've got a rogue hair on the brush. That's no good. Get rid of that. All right. That's too dark. So I think I'm just concentrating on the window panes, where you might have some drips and that kind of thing. And then finally, this side has a door, so I'm going to muddy that up. I've seen some people popping on TikTok and Facebook and whatnot, videos of them running trains they had for Christmas. Alfie, you'll have to get yours up on there. Nice to see a video. We'll just go in this door frame now. With a bit of luck, that's not going to run out. No, it didn't. Sometimes the paint gods are on your side. And if it does run out, there's nothing you can do about it because it's made of card and it will just soak up whatever you've done. Lots of books on Fred Dibner. Amazing. Oh, old Fred. He's a Bolton boy. That's where I'll be next Saturday. I can't go live next Saturday because it's Christmas #2 in Bolton. But I'm hoping that this turns into a regular weekly thing. I think we've managed it 2 weeks on the trot. Once. This is the second week, isn't it? I've usually got some lame excuse for not going live. Water that down a bit more. Drip you down. Do a few drips. And then finally, do a few drips. Natural drips then. A few drips from the turrets. Turrets? Do you call the top bits a turret? Oh, we haven't put the insides in. Oh, I got so distracted, we haven't even finished the cardboard model. Maybe for your birthday. When's your birthday? How many videos will I tag you after this weekend? Lots. Right, let's get that dripping down there. Right, let's put that to one side, otherwise I'll forget and splash it everywhere. So I've also got the inner turrets, I think. What you do for work? Me? By work, I am a boring office person. I work for car insurance. It's a very interesting job, actually. I've been doing it for 15 years. But outside of that, my hobbies are I'm a musician. I'm playing the drums since I was old enough to hold a pair of drumsticks. And I got back into doing this. It's been 20 years. I forgot that I'm a big, massive train nerd. And I'm loving it. Right, I'm just going to fold these over. I actually presumed you do that. I didn't check. Yeah, I think that looks about right. Yeah, that gives the wall additional thickness then, so we can put the topping stones, capping stones, something like that. You have family. I don't have children. I have a partner. We've just spent the Christmas holidays with my sister's family and my parents in a wonderful cottage in the middle of nowhere. It was like something out of a Christmas chocolate box. Really nice. How about yourself? Right, we've got that plonked on there. Yes, mate, come to the TikTok meetup. Well, I say the TikTok meetup. Who knows? There could be many. Ali certainly doing the official one. Memory in April, and but who's to say there could be many more? You know, there's a couple of times I've met up with a few people in smaller batches. Not everyone can attend everything, of course, and I think it's important, you know, whichever railways you are going to pop to and visit, it's just nice to say, hey, I'm going here this day. And official me, never. I'm sure it'll be wonderful, mate. The advertising you're doing for it already says to me that you are an excellent organizer, event planner. Yeah, it's nice to say, isn't it? Like, hey guys, I'm going to be at this railway. Who's going on this date? And then you can meet up, and you don't have to hang around all day together. If you had specific plans, like if I had specific plans to do something, and so does someone else, I wouldn't ruin someone else's day just so that I could do what I wanted to do. Feel free to come and go, as it were. Oh, these are different widths. We got a wide one and a thin one. Is that because they? Right. Got a big one and a little one. Kev G is planning all the special bits. Oh yeah, of course. Do you know what? It goes without saying that Kev G is the man. Plan and guard of 27, and it's a diesel. If anyone got any ideas, please share them. Well, I mean, anyone that's doing a good diesel gala. I've yet to go to a diesel gala. I wasn't myself much of a diesel man, but I do appreciate a heritage locomotive, regardless of what it is. So I'm not adverse to going. Which gauge? This is 00, or 4mm scale, or 1 in 76. 76 watt. Is that feet? 1 to 76. So yes, 00 gauge model railway. Right, I'm going to attempt to glue these on. Top tower inner wall means nothing. No. Oh, right. That's the inner wall. So we just do 2 wide and 2 short. Okay. Hey, look. Anyone interested in meeting at the South Downs Light Railway? Ooh, where's South Downs? That, I'm sure I put that on the list as well at some point. Is that a stupid question? Is South Downs the name of the place? I don't. My geography outside of Wales is awful. I'm not one of these people that's never been anywhere, but if it's like, you know, Kent, London way and Sussex and all that, I don't really know where that is. I'm more Wales and North. Right, that's a lot of glue. It's a miniature railway in a garden centre. Ah, maybe that's why I've seen it. I think I follow them, or I've seen them on TikTok, perhaps. Yeah, definitely need to see a Class 50. Right, wish me luck. We've got 1 wall going in there. I presume the other big one goes opposite. And then we'll smash the little ones in next to it. The correct way round, Clemo. There we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Look at that. Ha ha! So the purpose of those is to get rid of the cardboard that you could see on the inside. Have you ever dabbled in other gauges? It's not here. The only other thing I've got, so if you watch, actually it's one of my pinned videos. In the model diorama I made for the Pico competition, which I did not even remotely place in, although it's 00, I did use a 009 gauge, which is the narrow gauge track, and some mine carts to represent the coal wagons coming out of Big Pit. So slightly different gauge. Saw an American HO model live for the first time yesterday. Amazing. Because HO, even though it still fits on the same gauge, am I right in saying that's 1 in 86? So it's ever so slightly smaller, and you can get away with HO and 00, you know, on the same layout. But sometimes if you put one next to the other, it's quite obvious. In fact, is this the perfect demonstration I think I've got? Nope, I failed. I thought I had 2 little people and one was 00 and one was HO, but turns out they're the same size, so that's the end of that. I'm an N-gauge girl. Fantastic. Have you got a layout? And do you have any videos? Tag me in something and I shall have a look. I've obviously made a slight mistake because one of those is slightly proud, but we move. It's then got these... Oh no, what's that for? Oh, inside, okay. It's then got these tiny little coping stones. And I'm guessing they go on the corners. We've done a lot of guesswork on this. I haven't actually really read the instructions. May or may not be a good idea, bad idea, whatever. I'm just going to blob everywhere. And then I'm going to put those on. And then the last thing I'm going to do is add some greenery. So we'll see what the final piece might look like. That's my favorite part, I think. The lights and the weathering and the greenery and stuff just bring these things to life, and it stops them looking... Ooh, that's splattered all over the place. Stops them looking like a cardboard model. Don't post on socials, only if you're amusing. Yeah, fair. I was a long time lurker on TikTok. In fact, I think my niece downloaded it to make a stupid video. I didn't even know I had it. And then I was going to start doing this earlier in the year. And my mate said, oh, you should film it and put it on TikTok. And lo and behold, I already had TikTok. In fact, my first video on there, I did leave it as a bit of a joke, is a stupid dance that my niece made me do many years ago. She's 15 now, and she must be about 6 in that video. I've had it for a while without really realising what it was. Do you ever use 3D printing for my layout? So I don't know how to do it. But I have bought some 3D printed models that other people have made. And there's a few guys at the club that are into it, and I can see the benefits. Personally, I don't think I'd invest in my own printer unless I did it a lot more. Maybe my own models and things like that. I mean, Buggle Skelly is the dream, isn't it? But I don't think my time and investments allow me to do this anything more than a hobby, really. So I probably wouldn't. But if I do need something doing, there's plenty of people I know that I can ask. Bought a Flying Scotsman 00 gauge. Not keen on it, but I've been looking into TT 120. I've heard that the 120 stuff is pretty good. It is smaller, so you can fit a bit more in the same amount of space. But for me, I will forever be a 00 gauge guy. That'd be a good username, wouldn't it? A 00 gauge guy. It would mean nothing to anyone other than trained people. Right, we are just about done with the coping stones. Are they coping stones or capping stones? Last train of 2025 today since Swindon to Gloucester on train time. It was delayed. Of course it was. Hiya, mate. How are you? Royal Scots. 00 and 009 for me. Yeah. It's just that 4mm scale. I can't imagine making these buildings any smaller than they already are. They're fiddly enough. I like to use a cocktail stick to remove the globulates of glue that I've blobbed too many of on over glue. I don't want to push these down too far, but when this Yoo-hoo glue goes off, pretty good to be fair. But it can get quite tacky. But the beauty is if you sort of scrape it off whilst it's drying, you almost remove all residue. And especially if you are painting stuff over it, you'll never notice. And I'm going to press it like that. It's quite a sturdy piece. I could put a lot of force on this. Just bought a Manor Farm building for N-gauge. I like the Manor Farm, but again, N-gauge, just too fiddly for me. That's why I employ a teenager to build them. Yeah. Although I do have pianist's fingers. Be careful. I do have slim fingers, but not that slim. Right, I think that's okay. What do we think? That's the top of it now. Looks like something you could use in a D&D or Warhammer layout, doesn't it? In fact, there's nothing stopping you, I suppose, using like model railway stuff as Warhammer things. The castle kits are absolutely fantastic. Totally and utterly adaptable for anything. Looks good. Thanks, Alfie. I am now going to add a little bit of weather into it, and I think we'll stick to the one kind of bushes. Oh, actually, what have I got out? So I still haven't quite got myself set up for loads of weathering and foliage and stuff because I'm not at that point with the main layout, but I've got a few bits here. What's Santa's favourite singer? Beyonce. Very good. Beyonce. Why did I not pronounce that right? I said it in my head. Aha. Right, we've got thinner foliage as well. Right. So we need, what have I done with all my boxes? I was going to say talk amongst yourselves, but you are anyway. Right, let's move that. I don't really want an awful lot of this, but good to get yourself a nice big stock of PVA. Why did nobody bid on Dasher and Dancer on eBay? Because they were too dear. Oh, have you got your Christmas cracker jokes out by any chance? Right, we really don't need much of this. Ooh. That will do. Oh, itchy nose. Right, I love PVA. Literally goes on everything. Where's the bin? The bin is over there. Cheers, everyone. Well, thanks for staying so long. I'm going to do this last little bit so you can see what it's going to look like. And I think we might call it a day. But do I want paint or a dabber? Let's use a paintbrush. Where's my wrecked one for glue? There it is. I like to keep different ones because otherwise I'll just wreck all my paintbrushes. Do you know or know where to sell model rail stuff? I mean, it depends on what you're doing. If you're just selling the odd bit, eBay and Facebook Marketplace is the best place to sell it. If you've got a big collection, so for example, apologies if it's the case, but you inherit stuff sometimes and perhaps it's not for you or you don't know what to do with it, I'd go and see your local model railway supplier. If you don't have a local one, there are some big ones like Rails of Sheffield that will take on collections. Just bear in mind, they're obviously a business and they're looking to make a profit, so you won't get the full market value. You'll get something to take it off your hands, so that they can then put it up for sale, I guess, in their stores. Yeah, Rails of Sheffield, there you go. Oh, I'm glad we're on the same page. Some of my stuff is from Rails of Sheffield. I do tend to go to my local shop, mainly because it's generally awesome. Sometimes your local little town model railway place is a bit naff, but Pontypool and Blenavon Railway Shop is genuinely fantastic. But if they haven't got it in stock, yeah, I'll look at somewhere like that first. Prayers, is that what you're doing? You in Wales? Yes. What gave it away? Right, I don't want to do too much green because if you do too much, it often looks a little bit rubbish, but I'm going to get a little bit on here to show you. So this stuff is basically foam that's been coloured and cut up into bits, and you tend to just stick it on. So say, for example, like that. One blob on its own, which has just fallen off because it's too big. One blob on its own isn't going to look the part, but by the time you've got a few on there, tell you what, I'll use this first because I think that's a bit of a better. Yeah, that's better. And I like to, if you notice, I'm using that box to catch the off spill, and I'll just sprinkle it on, and then. So that's all we've done to that, and look how it's transformed it already. Oh, you're in Newport? Oh, I'm actually Cumbran, or Sebastopol, technically. Thanks for joining. So I actually quite like that bit, so I'm going to add a bit more of that. I'm going to do, what's that view? Is it that one? Right, that's the back. So that's the front and this one. So I'm going to do a bit of foliage up around the door and going off in the opposite direction. Oh yes, Andy, mate. Thank you very much for the gift. How are you doing? Are you live tonight? I tell you what, mate. It must be cold standing on those platforms. Thank you so much. Thank you for the thumbs up. we are currently applying some PVA to my little castle here. That's a watchtower. So I'm going to put this foliage around the door. Like that, I think. I'm going to go up over there. I'm going to take that bit to the roof because I think the roof would have ivy and all sorts of stuff growing over it. In fact, I really am going to cover that bit. Might look good. Right, let's see what we've got before I do any more. Welcome, thank you so much. Looks excellent. It might do in a moment. We'll see what the bits and bobs do. The beauty about doing this is you don't have to be too accurate either. But you do make a lot of mess, so it's important to have space. And, and be mindful of what you're doing. I should have put some older jeans on. I wear these hoodies, so number one, when I'm out and about, it's got my handle on the back, and people do find me, so it's a little bit of a selfish reason. But number two, so that I've got something to wear in the garage when I inevitably get glue and paint all over me. So this one stays in here, and if you notice, it's a little bit more tatty. Bit more there. Otherwise I get shouted at. There we are. What do we think about that? So that now goes wrong way, all the way up there. And hopefully it looks a little bit more realistic. And then I've got some of the bigger stuff to go on, but I might wait until that's on a more of a solid base because it's a little bit thicker. I might just add some more on the inside actually. Let's get a little crap around there. Nobody goes on this watchtower, so it would be very, very overgrown, not really used at all. Remnants, is that the right word? Remnants of a time that once was. 12k, I know, thank you guys, I'm genuinely humbled. Here I am, just making some models in the garage, and you wonderful people are keeping me company. So I'm very grateful. And we're nearly done on it. Right. Nearly blew the entire contents of the box away. Let's do it over here. Right. And there we have it. I'm going to allow that to dry. Let's move that before I do blow it all over the place. I'll get the lights back on for you guys though. Require me screwing it back in. Hi brother, hello sister. How you doing? Have you unpacked everything yet? I've still got everything in bags. I got a Deltic model for Christmas, it's on my shelf. Andy, do you know what? I don't have a Deltic. That's a 55, isn't it? I've got all sorts of things. I'll do a model feature at some point. Hi, brother. Hi, sister. I will do a model feature at some point. I don't have a Deltic. I'm a little bit gutted about that. And, Matt, if you're still here, what I told you at the DFR still applies. I've never actually seen a Deltic in real life. Other than I think there's one at the York Museum, and many years ago, I was probably about 13 or 14, I did see one there, but obviously it's static. So I've never seen a Deltic. Yeah, little 55, just a stagnant model, so it doesn't run. I mean, mate, I've got a few of those. Well, just the other side of me here. I bought a job lot of a few things because there was one model that I wanted, and this came with it. It's a 94, which I hoped would run, but it really has burnt out. So I might turn that into a static model because I did the same with this one, a small prairie, and I painted it up like it's rusty, like it's on the scrap pile. So took the motor out, so the wheels just run freely, so it can, in theory, if I can get it on the rails. Trust me, as I say, it will roll. Come on. Here we go. So it does. Go back a bit so you can see the wheels. So the wheels freely roll. So I can have it as part of a scrap train or something. Anna, you're very popular. Anna's always very popular. We haven't seen your models. Please show. Well, I tell you what, guys. I'm going to call it a night there, because the age-old thing has happened. I've had far too much Coca-Cola, and I need the toilet again. But on my next live, I'll do a model reveal. So please continue to share, repost. Thank you very much for your support. What was that? I've got so many comments. I'm struggling to keep up with you. Looks class, man. I'd love to have a model railway. I have a small apartment though. Mate, look at my pin video. I've done a little diorama. It took me ages to do, and it was a fantastic thing to make. But it meant that I could have loads, or ooh, it's flickering there, in a small space. So there we are. There is the tower. I'm going to disconnect that before I short it out, because I obviously haven't screwed it in very well. But yeah, you don't have to have an awful lot of space. Just work with what you've got, and you don't have to have a huge model railway. Look how long it's taken for me just to do this one tower. Okay, I was spending the nights with you guys, but yeah, you'll be surprised. Take a bow, Anna. Absolutely. Thank you very much for the follows, guys. Thank you for the gifts. Yep, by all means, message me on Facebook. If you're around somewhere, I'd love to meet up. The prairie has definitely seen some life. Sister, not unpacked. Bye, brother. 14k, I know. Guys, I'm very, very humbled. I love spending my Saturday nights doing nerdy train stuff, and the fact that you are with me makes it even more awesome. So thank you very much for the gifts. Thanks for the rose. Thanks for the hearts. When am I on here next? Well, I'll continue to upload some videos. I've still got some videos edited and ready to go. Amazing advice from Dave's Trains Officials. If you do post a TikTok, spend some time on your content and do it when you're in a good mood. Don't just think, I've got to make a video, what shall I do? If you're in a mood and things are coming to you and you've got some footage and you spend some time editing it, make a few videos and you'll be surprised at how much more creative you can be. There we are, Clemo's top tip of the day. But my lives, I'm going to keep to Saturday nights at 9 p.m, with the exception, it's Christmas part 2 next week. So unless you want to see me randomly out in the pub somewhere going live, then I don't think there'll be much to do. 100%, that's why I've not edited for days yet. If you're not in the mindset, don't do it. You're just wasting your time. You'll be stuck in 200 jail or whatever the saying is. But guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Please continue to eat chocolate for the next however many days whilst we still don't know what day we're on. And I'll see you soon. All the best. He says as he can't press.